This board's meant to be real enabling for the surfer to be able to, with your feet in the right spot, your favorite pair of fins in a bully little nuggety wave, to be able to have that board fit with less effort into the tighter arcs.
And we're going to go over the Dominator Pro. First of all, we're going to go over the outline of the board, and then we'll take it from the bottom, from the nose all the way through the bottom contour, and then what kind of board it's for and what kind of surf it's for, or what kind of person it's for. Yep.
The outline is very much in line with the Dominator 2.0 outline. Same sort of curve and tail for sure, with a little subtle hip, and then right above the fins, and then the from there, because it's less wide, it has a less curvy outline. So it has a little more performance board parallel outline. And then, but the nose is still relatively whitish compared to a pure performance shortboard like the FRK. And so that's adds a little stability and forgiveness for people that are transitioning, or good surfers that need a little extra grovel. It's not like a pure FRK type performance board, but it's in that, definitely stepping just back from that into the performance board world with the Helium technology. So that's the only one real performance board that we have in Helium, which is great. So now
the bottom,
I'm sorry. Yeah, the bottom. So then as far as the bottom goes, it's like the Dominator 2.0. And so what that is a single up front. It's just increased single. So the single is a little deeper than it was in the Dominator 2.0, or it is in the 2.0. So it's just a little more aggressive on the concave. And then that splits into the double barrel, and then with a real subtle V out the tip of the tail. That goes in line with the squash.
So the single that goes through, is it more like a wider to rail, or is it like actually deeper, like a valley or something like that?
Just deeper. It's the same curve from rail to rail. It just goes a little lower than the 2.0. Mm-hmm.
And then is the double a little bit more pronounced than the original Dominator?
No, it's about the same. It's a real subtle thing. The idea there, I was taught by Rick Hammond back in the mid 90s. Anytime you can feed the fins and push the water out to the fins, that's all the double barrel is meant to do. And I feel like for to be able to encapsulate as many conditions as you can, to kind of keep it subtle and for most surfers to keep it on the subtle side, takes that single and pushes the double, splits the water a little bit just to feed the fins a little bit more. Anytime you can feed the fins, you'll go a little faster.
So is it like a single and then a double in it, or is it just like a true double?
Yes.
It is. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then that single, the double continues on its path as it was set before the fins, and then the single goes away and it splits into a V at the very tip of the tail.
Oh, okay.
So it goes, and that was a huge exaggeration, but the very tip of the tail is the V.
Yeah.
So that was just one half of the bottom. So
yeah,
that's
so
clear.
The V, what does that do on the tail?
Well, it's meant to. Most people believe that it helps the board roll over and squirt through churns, so you can go from full speed to bearing the rail and pivoting more. I sometimes think that, and sometimes I go, man, when the singles like the FRK just go straight out, it doesn't really have, and I don't have any trouble tipping that over, but that's a round pin. So we usually, with the wider squashes or our swallows, like the mashup, we split it into a V just to, there's no harm in it, so might as well add a little favorability on the tipping, churning. So you, on your toe or heel edge, you can roll it over easier.
Does it make the tail feel a little bit more like pulled in, since it has a V through the tail? You can really grind through the top and it won't slide out?
Right, through turns, but then you keep the planing when you're going on the flats, grinding through sections, skating or pumping through sections. So that's you're trying to catch the best of both worlds. That goes back to old days. I mean, the board I know the most from early 2000s was the Flyer. They did that. Merrick did that really well with the Flyer, with that real wide triplaning hole is what they called it. So yeah, insane. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
then so this is made just for what? Just like waist high
good
and a
surf.
couple feet
Yeah,
overhead, or?
yeah. Yep, and then just good surf. Ways that you don't have to worry too much about pumping and generating your own speed. You can get a lot of the speed from the waves. So good waves, from waist high up to as big as you can handle. And obviously, that gets exaggerated for some people because there's freaks who like to ride really really small boards and big waves, but not me. But it's so like maybe double overhead if it was the right kind of wave. Yeah, but probably just a couple feet overhead. It's going to be, and that's all most people are surfing anyway.
Yeah,
Be
it's like
honest.
everyday surf,
Yeah,
anyways. Yeah,
yeah, everyday surf. Yeah.
yeah. So on the tail rocker, is there a little bit more tail rocker than the original Dominator 2.0?
Yes. So all that is though, and it goes back to a board I did in 2006. It's the same curve, and that curve is just bumped up a little bit more. So I took the curve of the nose and just went whoop, and then the curve of the tail and just went whoop, maybe I don't even know if it's a full quarter of an inch total. So just a little extra curve. You throw it on your arm, you look down at it, has the nice saucy, curve of a performance board. Doesn't have any kind of bullet low entry rocker kind of look to it. It's a performance board rocker for sure.
So is it like Gradual, or does it just all of a sudden just kick up at the tail?
Oh yeah, no, it's Gradual. Yeah, it's Dominator-ish.
Okay.
Everything's real. The Dominator is just meant to be real forgiving, real clean, and just really nice, favorable, appealing to the eye, and we'll try to keep as much as that as possible into this board too.
Yeah. So when you do give it, let's say you if you have the same board and you gave it a little bit more tail rocker, what happens to the board, and does the riding style change?
No, I think you want to keep your foot back as far as you can on either board. But what does happen is it enables the board to turn in tighter. Mostly what you're going to notice is in bullier surf, waves with more curve, you can fit it better. So with the low entry rocker, like a sweet potato is an extreme example of almost no rocker, and you have to adjust radically to be able to fit that low, flat rocker into a curvy wave. You can adjust for it with your positioning on the board or your fins or a combination. And this board's meant to be real enabling for the surfer to be able to, with your feet in the right spot, your favorite pair of fins in a bully little nuggety wave, to be able to have that board fit with less effort into the tighter arcs. That's all. The rocker is like you're up on a rail, you're using the stringer rocker and the rail rocker, and you're trying to get those things to blend together with the most amount of drive and the least amount of catchiness. And so you can kind of like be more forgiving with the rocker. Just enables you to roll through churns in a tight pocket better.
So people that have ridden the Dominator 2.0 and then they get on this, and they want a performance board, it'll kind of feel almost the same, but just a little bit more overall, a little bit more smaller. Yes,
smaller and less wide, so that the width, when you get on it, and you're going to first notice the width being, you're going to have to ride a little longer, but you're going to have all that width gone. And so that's the biggest, that and the rocker are going to be the biggest steps towards performance that you're going to notice at first, is when you go from the 2.0 to this, the Dominator Pro. Yeah.
So can they be, because on the Dominator 2.0, they can be pretty heavy footed in the front on that board.
Yeah, I think hopefully you don't have to change how you surf. I hope you don't have to change like your weight distribution and everything. The idea with the Dominators, I have a swallowtail that I like too. I would like to get that in the lineup someday. But yeah, the idea is for the first Dominator 2.0 and the Dominator Pro is to have it be bringing the board to the surfer instead of the surfer having to adjust their surfing to it,
Yeah.
So you don't want too radical of a change from what you're already used to. That's the idea with that.
Oh, right on. So this will be good for people that can rip and people that are just going from intermediate and trying to get better at shortboarding.
Shortboarding, it's going to be a huge step for your performance surfing, as a guy who's or girl who's going for towards the performance world.
Yeah.
Especially with that Helium technology. So many people like that, and it's so durable. It has the roots of how Firewire got started with the wood rails and the skin on the top with the lightweight 1 pound skin on the top and bottom with the lightweight 1 pound EPS in the middle. So
the board, I mean, they're strong. I have guys that are pushing over 200, and after a year, there's hardly any pressure dings on it.
No dents. Yeah, that part's super cool. And then lightweight with the strength to weight ratio is ridiculous on those things. So that's what I like about it.
So are you the fin placement? Is it? Did you do anything drastic to it, or?
Nope. Same as the Dominator 2.0. If proportionately. Mm-hmm.
And it's not as is it screwed up like the Boss Up or something?
Yeah, no, it's not as far up as the Boss Up or S Boss.
Because
those fins no, that's okay. S Boss fins are proportionally quite a bit further forward than the normal boards, but and this is more in the normal board range. It might be a tiny bit, if I remember right, maybe just a little bit smidge further forward than the 2.0. But it's in that same world, and I didn't change the toes or the cants or anything like that. It's all the same.
And what fin setup do you normally ride?
I use my NVS, the black, my template. There's the same template that Futures and FCS did. I don't know if Futures has, I don't know if those are well circulated right now anymore, but I did a set for Firewire with those. It's that same template. It's sort of, just pretty raky fin. And then I ride a pretty small, medium thruster when I ride it as a thruster. And then I have small, medium, smallish, pivoty trailers when I ride it as a quad, which is the same quad trailers that I use for just about everything.
I wish Futures would come out with that fin again. That was such a good fin. Everybody liked it.
Yeah, really. Okay. So, well, there you go. Heads up, Futures. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Pay attention. And so, hopefully there is things like that in the works. I've been trying to get that ball rolling for a little bit now.
Yeah. So. Anything you want to add about the board?
No, I think we hit everything. The that little hip's nice, and the tail's a little more pulled in. So I think we hit all the main points.
Can you go over the hip? What you mean by that?
Oh yeah, sure. So all it really is a little break in the outline as it goes in from the wide point of the board down towards the fins. The curve towards the tip of the tail comes in a little bit more drastically than it had been in the forward of the board. So the curve just gets brought in a little bit, and what that does mostly is creates a little bit of a straight spot between the back of the front fins and the tail block. So that right before it turns into a squash tail, there's a little bit of a straight spot there. And that, I think, the main thing, the main benefit of that is you get the planing surface of it being on the wider side up in front of the fins. So you can skate and use that planing surface. But then when you have your foot back and you're tipping the board over, you got the board buried in onto a rail, you got less volume, less width out back there to be able to have to tip over. So you can tip that more easily. And then ideally, a lot of guys are chasing this on the, the top guys. Kelly always talks about getting a little more. So when you're really on the rail, you get that straight spot behind the fins. And so that's driving a little more speed through your turns so that it's not a consistent curve. And so you're riding the rocker of the outline, which is kind of straight when you're really tipped over on the rail.
Wow.
So those are all the little hopefuls that you're feeling when you feel that little hip spot. It's just meant to be a little more forgiving on planing and a little more than just back behind it, a little easier on turns.
So for somebody that's in the light weight category, like in the 120, 140 range, what fins would you recommend for them?
Mediums, for sure.
Medium, really?
Yeah, mediums up front and then smaller in the back, yeah. Yeah, and then I encourage people. Not too many people are going to hop on this board not knowing a little bit about fins.
Yeah.
So I would say, they're going to be more research people who have been surfing a lot, and so start with your favorite pair, and then go from there, and then talk to guys like you at your shop and stuff like that. Your guys' knowledge of where they should go from there based on what they say about their favorite pair. This is my favorite pair, but I'm noticing this or that. you can go and tune the board further with with different fins or different material. But
what about 2+1 on this thing?
I've never done it. I don't even think Kevin's a big fan of the 2+1. I don't think he's surfed it that way yet. So it's a little too much on the performance side for us to. But you know, it's early days yet, so maybe we'll try it. I don't really have a set down here. I could give it a spin. Maybe tomorrow. I have this one pair of the KS endorphins that are 20s. So maybe I'll try that. So.
Oh yeah, I'd like to hear. Maybe you can send us a video.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Where I surf is like where it's no good. Where their surf's no good and there's never any filmers. So, but I'll try.
Well, after you can say,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good idea.
Just a little quick video or something.
Okay.
If it was good, it's good.
Here's the report.
You're like, it's all right.
Field report with the 2+1.
Yeah. Right on. Thank you very much, man.
Yeah,
Always.
you're welcome.
I'm stoked. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me know how it all goes, and thanks again for all the opportunity to describe the boards and talk about it.
No, yeah. Shoot, I learned something all the time, man. Thank you very much.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, take it easy.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Hey.